I've been doing some more research online on one of my favorite topics, gene doping. And I've probably, in the last couple hours, viewed hundreds of websites talking about gene doping. And they all have two things in common. The first is, I would say 99.9% of them are talking about athletics and how unfair it is. They're talking about sports, talking about competition, talking about fairness, all having to do with sports and mostly the Olympics. The second thing they all have in common is they all say how gene doping is going to destroy everything and how dangerous it is and how bad it is. Because we all know how bad changing the human body is. Because we've done it so much. I was searching for any, not necessarily positive reviews of it or thoughts on it. I was mostly hoping for some just non-biased, this is what's possible, this is what we've done, this is probably where it's going. I've found, again, in the several hours that I've just been kind of perusing, one or two websites, and I was able to find those one or two websites by criticisms from the other websites. Is it just human nature to fear change that much? The general theme is it's too powerful a technology and we shouldn't do it. And if we do it, look at all the bad that's going to come from it. We'll have people cheating. Apparently sports is the only aspiration all of these doctors seem to have. And most of them are sports medicine doctors that I'm seeing interviewed and discussed, which is disgusting. Sports doctors are not the end-all be-all to scientific discovery. But let's pose a scenario here where we do make gene doping illegal. We pass laws that restrict the technology and make it prosecutable if they get caught doing so. So it's bad, essentially. We're making it against the law. Kind of like a prohibition. Probably see where this is going. If the good guys are prohibited from doing the research and the experimentation and pushing the technology forward, is that going to stop the technology from going forward? I'm going to suggest that no, it wouldn't stop the technology going forward. Only the people willing to break the law, essentially the bad guys, would be doing it. So you would have a world in which the good guys, the law-abiding citizens and scientists of the world, are not doing any research into this topic, and the bad guys of the world are using this to enhance their evil soldiers, make mutant zombie warriors, and generally trying to take over the world with this new technology. I know that sounds a little silly, but from what I've been reading and from the feedback I've gotten from people I've talked to, This is their scenario in their head. If we go ahead and do this, the mad scientists are going to take over the world. People aren't smart enough to deal with this or take into account the negative effects that are potentially possible. Along with every other medical technology or every other scientific technology, let's take the gun just as another, for instance. The gun is an amazing tool. There are a lot of anti-gun people out there that suggest that guns are just evil and we shouldn't have any. Oh, but except for the authorities have to have them. But they're not evil. They're good people that want to protect us. Because we've seen that so much in the past. I don't get the naivete of what these people are contemplating in their gut reaction. The only way to ensure the proper use, whatever the majority decides what the proper use is, of gene doping and gene therapy, life extension therapies in particular, and I'm probably going to do quite a few videos on this because it's been really bugging me and I need to get it off my chest. But they seem to think that only bad will come from it. The gun has allowed us to be the top of the food chain, even with each other. Bad people are going to do bad things. Good people are going to do good things. The majority of humans on this planet are good. The minority is bad. So, like the gun laws, or the gun theory where if everyone owns a gun, that's a polite society. I know I screwed up that saying, but the majority of people are good. If the majority of people are carrying guns, then the minority of bad people will be outgunned. So too with medical science and gene doping and nanotechnology. If we allow this to go forward and embrace it wholeheartedly, the majority of people are good. The majority of people will do good with it and use it to improve the quality of human life, regardless of whether or not we still remain human. And the bad guys will be in the minority. So when they develop technologies to damage society, the majority will have the knowledge and technology to thwart that. I just don't understand why people presented with a technology that could improve everyone's life, all they see are the potentials for evil.